Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rose, and today we are starting all of the horse content because I'm so excited that we finally have horses in The Sims 4. I never thought I'd see the day. So, the first thing that I had to do was make Spirit and Rain. And if you don't know who Spirit and Rain is, I am judging because this horse was my childhood, okay? Spirit, the movie, was my favorite movie as a child. Absolutely first thing I had to do with horses. This is literally yesterday when I recorded. I downloaded it and immediately was like, yep, time to make them. I searched up a bunch of reference photos because I know that Rain's markings are very specific, so I knew that they would not obviously have anything in game that I could use. But they did have a good base for Spirit, at least. What I had the hardest time with was the line down the center of his back, because they don't have a sitting position for the horses. And sitting isn't necessarily a natural position for a horse, but when I'm trying to paint them in cast, I need to see the top of their back. I mean, I had the hardest time getting a straight line, and look, it's not perfect, but I gave up, so you'll see. It turns out pretty good, actually. Like, it actually looks decent for as difficult as it was for me to see what I was doing. So you have to give me that. And look, also, I know I'm painting on eyebrows right now, and I do put eyebrows on both of the horses because in the movie, in the original Spirit movie, let's specify, they had the weird horse eyebrows. I don't know, it let them have a lot more expression in the movies, which was amazing because there wasn't a lot of talking. So I do have eyebrows on them, and you'll see I paint them on about 1,000 times because I just couldn't get them right. I couldn't get them the way I wanted them. And eventually I take them off. You don't really see me take them off, but the final version of them does not have it. And I think for The Sims 4 that just works a little bit better. I think that it just looks a little better without the eyebrows in game. If I could have got it to look a little more smooth and less jagged with the way that it paints on, I would have kept it, but I don't know, I just couldn't get it the way I wanted it to be. But yeah, here you see me struggling to get this line because, I can get the top of his butt and like right at where his hair meets his back, like I can kind of get those two spots decent, but it's like right past that where you just can't see in cast. You cannot see at all. So it was very frustrating trying to get the line straight and all even and everything because you just can't see it. Eventually I get it to the best of my ability. I think I could do it better now that I know how I did it before, but honestly at that point I was like, it's a little crooked, but it's good enough, because I eventually used like the cast clock speed cheat so that I could have him lay down and then like freeze him when he's turned over to his side so I could actually see the middle of his back. That is the only way I could do that, guys. So please, EA, The Sims, please give us a sitting position for the horses. I don't know why we don't have it, to be honest, because it's very much needed. Like, if you want me to paint very specific little things, I can't see their back. And like, I'm telling you, I probably spent 30 minutes just trying to draw the line on his back. It was harder for me to do Spirit than it was for Rain. And she has more intricate markings. But at least I could see her stuff, But here I am, like, trying to lay him down so I could get a glimpse of the middle. And then I was thinking maybe if I aged him down to a foal that I could see his back better, but it wasn't any better. He was just smaller. So I went back to the adult and back to the drawing board, and I got this tool out, and this is what I actually end up using to completely do the line, and it works pretty well. It was just a little finicky to get it straight, so bear with me, guys. It's not quite straight, but it's as good as it's gonna get. At least I put it there, because I've seen some people make Spirit so far, and I don't think I've seen anybody put a line down his back like he has in the movie, except for me. And I can understand why, because it's very difficult. As you can see right here, it was not easy. And also there is a funny like glitch that I found with, well, not a glitch, it's more of it was a mod issue and I didn't realize until it happened, and I was like, oh, But you'll see that in a little bit. And there's a cut where I come back afterwards because I had to go fix my mod. But yeah, so here I am like trying to get those little things ever so slightly straight, and in a minute I'm going to use the cast clock speed and you'll see Whew, I took one for the team, guys. You get Spirit with a stripe down his back like he was because of the time I took to do this. Ooh. And never again. Unless they give us a sitting position, because you know what? I have seen horses sit. Just saying. They don't do it often, but they have. So I would love if they would add that in. See, here I am like, how can I do this? And I was like, oh wait, cast clock speed, of course. But yeah, I mean, I just need them to sit like the dogs do, so I can actually see his back. And that would be great. But here I am, putting in cast clock speed, and see, you can see that, like, I was like, oh great, I can actually see a little bit, I'm straightening it out, but just that right in the middle of his back, right where I literally can't see it all when he's standing, is where it's like ever so slightly not straight. And I probably could have fixed it a little bit more, but I was tired of doing this. I was tired of doing that. Oh, here's that glitch. Okay, I was painting on his legs, and I was just trying to like push the undo button because I didn't like it, and his whole body disappeared. And I was like, oh, so I like pushed the redo button and it came back, and I was like, okay, moving on. I quickly was like, yeah, let's do something else because that's scary. So I was trying to go back and do some detailing on his nose and his mouth. I did do the little bit of black like in his nostrils, but I didn't end up keeping the black around his mouth. I don't know, I didn't like it as much. But he has about 14 different versions of his eyebrows before I finally just delete them. And I also realized that his forelock changed. I had the longer one on him originally, but when I was trying to figure out why I couldn't see the hair colors, it changed back because I was changing his breed, and that's because of the more columns and cast mod. It was like breaking the UI, and I didn't realize it was broken. So after I fixed it, like took it out, then I get to fix the hair color for Rain. But his forelock stays that way, and I like it. It ends up that way when I take my pictures and stuff. But the longer one probably would suit him a little bit better, so I'll probably go back and change that. But here I am just like detailing out the shadowing on his nose because he has his nose. It's for Mustangs, they have that darker like kind of brown around their mouth. But in Spirit, like Spirit has it all over his entire little muzzle. So, but it had kind of a different shape around the mouth. So I was trying to fix that and get it situated. Oh, and I also realized that you cannot set their riding outfit to have nothing. You have to have a saddle. And I don't know why, because like, what if I wanted to ride bareback? Hello? What if I wanted to ride bareback? Because I mean, I did that all the time when I was a kid. I rode bareback all the time. Like, what the heck? But anyways, we're moving on to Rain, and this is where I love her so much. I think that she turned out so good. I went back and adjusted their face shape because they have very distinct faces. Like, Spirit's face is very structured, and his nostrils are really wide, and they flare a lot, whereas Rain's face is a lot longer and angular, and her muzzle like slants down more. She got a softer face and it's a lot longer. So I was really trying to capture that, and I think I did a good job. Now, it took me a minute to figure out how I was going to paint her because there's some paints that are already painted, but then you can't remove the spots. It's like just part of them. I don't really paint with animals that much, like the dogs and cats. I have never gone into create a pet or whatever it's called and mess with the paint mode. So I wasn't really sure how that worked. But with her, I just ended up picking like just the red horse or whatever and adding the white myself so that I didn't have to try to change anything. Just a blank slate was easier than trying to start with something. But yeah, watching it back, it just makes me so happy because she turns out so good. I think they look so good. I already posted them on Twitter. If you don't follow me there, it's just asixteenthrose. I post a lot of stuff about what I'm doing on there, and I'm just kind of hanging out there a lot. So if you ever are wondering what's going on with me, you'll probably find me on Twitter. I don't really stay on any other social media sites as much. I post occasionally other places, but mostly Twitter. You'll find me. But yeah, I'm really happy with how she turned out. I think that I nailed her spots, like her shapes, the shape of her paint, if that makes sense. The shape of her paint. I think I did a really good job, and I was trying to be so detailed and so thorough. I went through so many reference photos, and I really think that it turned out super, super, super recognizable. But yes, I realized that my more columns and cast mod was actually broken when I was trying to change the color of her mane and tail and forelock, because the hair colors just weren't there. And so I was like, hopped over to Twitter and was like, can anybody else see these? Because I can't. And then they were like, yep, more columns. I was like, oh, lovely. So I took that out, and you'll see a jump because when I come back, all of the hair colors are there suddenly. So here I am trying to connect the bottom and make sure that everything looks tidy and perfect. And you know, her spots underneath, I mean, I'm just guessing for the most part how it looks, but I did see one of my reference photos, she was like sitting down. It was when her and Spirit are tied together, and you can kind of see her belly a little bit. So the white kind of went down, and then the top part didn't actually connect. It kind of just went into the crease of her leg and stopped. So I really tried to nail that. And here I am adding the white to her legs because, to be honest, my little childhood memory, I thought that the white on her legs went up the same height on both, like front and back. For whatever reason, I just imagined she had white all over her legs, but actually the back is a little bit lower. And when I was looking at reference photos, I was like, oh wow, it's been a while since I've watched the movie. I love it. I watch it occasionally, but it's been a long time. And honestly, when Horses came out, I made these horses, and then I was like, look, I gotta go watch Spirit right freaking now. And that's what I'm going to do after I get done recording this. I'm going to go watch Spirit, and I'm going to cry because it's the most amazing, like, cartoon. It's the most amazing movie for what it is, in the fact that there's not a lot of talking, like the humans talk, but when you're just with the horses, you can feel so much emotion without even having anything said. I don't even know. It's the music, it's the vibe, it's a masterpiece. We're getting to the end of the movie. Oh my god, I almost just said movie. Yeah, we're getting to the end of the movie. We're getting to the end of the video, and you can see I have the hair color finally changed, and she really just comes together. I put her eyebrows on, and like I said, I don't show you removing the eyebrows, but I do remove them. So on the gallery, they will be eyebrowless. But yes, guys, these are my first horses, and of course Spirit and Rain had to be it. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next horse video. Bye guys.